Hello, everybody, and welcome to Movie Couple Live. This is a show where we talk about the latest in movie news and pop culture news. I'm Wendy.
I'm Dustin.
And on today's show, lots of stuff to go over, starting with Disney's new annual pass program.
We're also going to be taking a look at the new Galactic Starcruiser, the Star Wars hotel.
Amazon's Lord of the Rings series finally gets an announcement or finally gets a premiere date.
We're going to be talking about the leaked photos for the first look at Christian Bale in Thor, Love and Thunder.
And so much more. You guys, welcome. Happy Wednesday for everybody who is living in the U.S., in L.A. If it is hot, stay cool, stay indoors. Drink lots of water
with my Bucky's cup.
Hashtag
right.
Not sponsored by H2O, though we do love H2O. It's
very
free.
important on days like this.
You guys, couple announcements for you right up the top. We have coming soon after this live stream, we will have a reaction up for Cinderella, the one with Camila Cabello, and a reaction to the commercial for Galactic Starcruiser. But yesterday I put up a trailer reaction. No, it's not a trailer. It's a music video reaction for Somi's Dum Dum for any of my fellow K-pop fans out there. And we also have a trailer reaction for Carnage, the latest trailer for, not Carnage. It's
but
technically
Venom,
Let There Be Carnage.
But that's pretty much what it's turned into. It's not really Venom. Venom's going to be taking a back seat. It's the Carnage movie.
Yeah, I mean, he looks good.
Oh yeah, he looks pretty
good.
Cool. Look pretty gross. And the way that they animated the shift, I thought looks very kind of cool and grotesque.
And one of the commenters in that video pointed out that for Eddie, and the way he coexists with his symbiote is that Venom kind of comes out of his body, and they can actually kind of the arms and the extremities come out and do all the stuff. But with Carnage, his skin kind of shifts. Yeah, it's crazy.
He becomes Carnage.
I am so excited for that. And you guys, what is this Pokemon Go thing about? We are welcome to Just Plain Steve. We're gonna get to that in just a little bit. And just off the top, you guys know that we obviously always super welcome and thankful for your support, whether it's via Streamlabs or super chats. Both are still available, but we're trying to shift over to Streamlabs because we realized, John Roca made me aware of this, that YouTube takes about 50% of our of the super chats. So essentially, if you donate $5, we get $2.50.
And that means you're giving $2.50. You're giving $2.50 to also YouTube.
If that is true, I really want to do look into it, but I would like to think that Roca did his research when he told me this, so I'm just like, whoa, all right. So with that said, I wish I had the I was better technology wise. We got Bleeding Green, yay! Streamlabs, Bleeding Green, thank you so much. I don't know how to set it up where it shows up on the screen, so that's something I'm gonna work on after. But thank you so much to Bleeding Green, who is also my amazing mod over on my Twitch channel. He's there for every stream, and he is amazing, gifted. I think it's been 18 tier 1 subs.
Oh wow! Thank you so much for all of the support you give and watching. Wendy
very supportive when I struggle in my video games. I'm just I'm struggling. Watchlist TV, hello and welcome. All right, you guys, we're gonna go ahead and dive into the first bit. So let me just go ahead and put up some of these fancy little banners here. Here we go. News flash time. So starting with Christian Bale in Thor, Love and Thunder. Somehow the movie couple have missed the news, or maybe we talked about it and then it escaped our mind
which happens very often, especially from me.
Well, so many things keep happening within the MCU, right? Especially after we got Loki, then there's all this talk about who is going to show up in Doctor Strange 2, who's showing up in Spider-Man No Way Home, where we haven't gotten a trailer yet. So there's all the speculation, plus all the people that have been spotted on the set of Thor, Love and Thunder. So Christian Bale reportedly is cast and is playing Gore, the God Butcher in the film. So if you guys have seen the film, it's leaked photo, it's not an authorized photo, so we're not going to show it to you here on the show. But if you just do a quick internet search, you will find probably said photos. He is unrecognizable.
Yeah, I mean, and plus the pictures are very blurry. So if you do try to zoom in and you're like, oh, yeah, there's no way I would have gone, oh, yeah, that's Christian Bale. But especially not only the fact is it blurry, but completely head to toe covered either in makeup or on wardrobe, and the fact that he is all either white or gray in this shot.
It honestly, and I know they have nothing to do with each other, but it reminded me of who is the guy in Guardians of the Galaxy, the first one.
Oh,
the main baddie.
Oh, Ronan,
but like obviously, like if you took all the pigments away from Ronan,
yeah.
I know they're absolutely not the same, but aesthetically, kind of reminded me of that.
Honestly, when I first saw it, I kind of was like, "Is that going to be like a version of White Vision?"
Oh,
because I was kind of like the way that he is kind of like with the white hood and they're not going to get rid of Paul Bettany anytime soon. But I was kind of like, it kind of still gave me that kind of look and aesthetics. And this is actually. Before the stream, I actually did just a little bit of research on Gore the God Butcher. And I'm like, this is kind of like, oh, I like this character. You know, someone that had been beaten down by the gods. He feels like he's been left behind. He feels like the gods are just these absentee kind of landlords that just do what they want. And they're these creatures. And they're like, why do they deserve all of these powers? So he's a very sympathetic villain.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, that kind of fits almost perfectly into the MCU. You know, you have all of these powerful creatures and you're like, well, why are they given all these powers? We should be able to defend ourselves against them.
Yeah.
Kind of a thing. And they're not gods, they're just powerful.
Yeah. So very excited to see where Thor, basically all the MCU movies, the way it's shaping up, because I was that person at the end of Infinity War. I was like, so what now? Like, what's next? We follow the Avengers story. We've had victories, we've had losses, we've cried, we cheered, we've gone through an emotional roller coaster. So what now is like, is it like, I don't want to say Marvel's over because there's obviously so many stories they can explore, but I was like, how are they going to what's the next thing that they're gearing up towards? And like, we're watching it unfold in both Disney Plus shows and in this one. So I'm just so excited. And real quick, before you go into your thought, thank you so much to Just Plain Steve for your donation on Streamlabs. Oh my gosh, thank you so much. He writes, love your channel. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Stay tuned. We are going to get into that Pokemon No Go news bit. So stay tuned. Dustin, what were you going to say?
I actually think that this is the right kind of story to do, because apparently somewhere in the comics, Gore the God Butcher actually goes up against multiple versions of Thor that have all teamed up from the multiverse to try to take out Gore. So I'm like, hey, you know, fits right into the multiverse. And I just love the fact that we are the Marvel Cinematic Universe has now just completely opened.
Yes.
The way that they're doing the different timelines, the multiverse. You can now tell pretty much whatever story you want, and you can justify it because of all of the different timelines and realities you can play with now. So I'm just so excited about anything. I want to see Beta Ray Bill someday. I want to see the most random character that has ever been written into a comic book. You know, hopefully we'll get, you know, a Howard the Duck.
You never know.
More than just like a little cameo that they had in like Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah.
So I really want to see, you know, them just to do like maybe have him be a supporting character.
And you know, it's not Marvel that's just doing all this, and Marvel's doing big great things, but DC is also gearing up. And this is not one of our topics because I just found out literally right before I clicked go live, but Solo from you know him from, if you watch Cobra Kai, has been cast as Blue Beetle, which is, and I was just telling Dustin right before we went live, and I was like, man, what a great casting. Kid is the right age for Jamie or Jaime. I think, is it pronounced Jaime or Jamie? Jaime, right? And the right age, can fight, can act. I am so excited because we've been kind of wanting this Blue Beetle for a while, and now we're finally getting it. And like Black Adam and everything, it's like we're just getting so much superhero content.
And also Jaime in the DC universe is kind of an awkward kind of situation where he has this alien on him. And I really do think that, I mean, he's shown in Cobra Kai that he can kind of play that awkward character very well.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm excited to see what he does with Blue Beetle.
Yeah. Very, very, very exciting. That's weird. I thought my Discord went off, but when I check, I'm not seeing
it is very possible.
Live.
And just as a quick side note, hello, what awesome! I'm glad to hear that you got
your second shot.
Your second shot.
Drink lots of water. Move your arm around a lot like this.
It'll be nice depending on which arm you got for a while.
Yes. But congrats on that. And going back to the chat as well, Bleeding Green says, his look is nothing like I expected. Dustin currently knows more about Gore, the God Butcher, than I do. But also, when I saw the look, I wasn't expecting like an all opaque white.
Well, actually, that's kind of how Gore looks. He is kind of like an opaque kind of character.
Is it face makeup?
But his face looks completely. We also don't know what he's going to look like after special effects. We don't know.
This is true.
I'm pretty sure they'll do something with his face to make him look less human. In the comic books, he kind of has like these head tails.
Oh, really?
Kind of things. But most of his body is covered by the necromancy blade that he wields. And if I'm not mistaken,
necromancy blade, that sounds like a D&D character.
And if I'm not mistaken, at this time, it's Hela who wields that blade. In the comic books, he sees two gods fighting, and during the fight, after they have pretty much beaten the living crap out of each other, he goes down and takes the blade, and that's what gives him the power. So he very much could be, he sees
are we alternate timelining this maybe?
No, this could actually be in the actual MCU where Gore sees Serta fighting Hela. Like say that like they destroy Asgard and they fall into a pit onto the planet that Gore lives on. They're fighting each other. They're kicking the living crap out of each other. They're both end up kind of dead, and he goes down and takes the necromancy blade from Hela, and then it just kind of covers his body, and that's what gives him so much power.
Interesting. I love that. Debbie writes, the Christian Bale news has been out for a bit and confirmed at Disney's Investor Day. Somehow you and I, that just like completely went in one ear and out the other.
Hearing about Christian Bale playing the lead villain in Thor: Love and Thunder would kind of, register with us. But
All Playing Steve says, all black necro sword. Oh my gosh. How exciting. Looking forward to that movie next year. 2022 is going to be a good year. Another good year for movies. Hopefully nothing else gets pushed back, because we all know this variant's a little weird. We still are finding out new things every day about it. So you guys just keep washing your hands. Don't touch your face until you wash your hands. That's all I got to say. If you go to the bathroom, use a public bathroom, wash your hands. Wash your hands. I'm still hearing stories and seeing people walk out of the stall in a public bathroom and not wash your hands. Ew. Dirty. What? You put food in your mouth. Like, don't. Gross. All right, I'm done with that. And with that, we're going to go ahead and move on to our next.
Wendy's, wash your hands, Tangent.
Wash your hands. Wash your hands, Mary. That's from My Favorite Murder in their Mary Typhoid episode. Wash your hands, Mary. All right. Next topic. Amazon's Lord of the Rings series has finally announced a premiere date, and I seriously thought that it was going to be this year. So I was unpleasantly surprised. I was not happy about this, but nonetheless, we are getting this. It is going to premiere September of 2022, and Amazon, or should I say Prime, has given us just like a quick overall look, and it's just, I don't even know if this is image from like the original. I think this is it. What are you laughing about?
Sorry, someone
tell me.
In Sync Chick.
Debbie.
Debbie, thank you. Mm-hmm. Thanks for attending Wendy's hand washing TED Talk.
I'll be here all week. Thank you. I'm going to go ahead and add this photo that I just captured to our live stream so you guys can see it. I believe this is the first look photo that they put out for the series. It looks good. If they can capture the magic and the lore and Peter Jackson's amazing cinematography in this series, and I am here for it. But that looks amazing, with the dawn breaking over
Minas Tirith? No, that's not. That's not Minas Tirith, because Minas Tirith is against the mountainside.
Well, that is the mountainside there on the left.
True, but it also, well, I guess it could be, but I don't think that's Minas Tirith. That actually looks a little bit more like Rivendell. But
I don't think that's Rivendell, because that's not covered by woods.
Well, also, if I'm not mistaken, this series takes place thousands of years before Yeah, see, there's Minas Tirith.
Oh, yes. Yeah, that is not Minas Tirith.
But this takes place thousands of years before the Lord of the Rings. They're taking characters that we have heard of and characters that we've never heard of. And this is something that's making me just a little nervous. I'm excited,
right?
But I am a little nervous because they are going to have to do so much of their own writing, their own direction,
and pull from what the source material can give them. There's only so much because there's only those books. It's
because
not like
the Silmarillion isn't really a full and complete story, or full and complete stories. They had to kind of be filled in. They were all just kind of notes that J.R.R. Tolkien had written down before he died. So I mean, it could turn out to be amazing, but anytime that they have unfinished material that showrunners kind of take and start to run with, I'm always a little nervous. So
yeah, I know. So we'll have to see that they don't like Lord of the Rings season. No, sorry, they don't like GOT season 8 us.
Yes,
which there will be many upset fans because that's such an old lore. Like Lord of the Rings, the books have existed for such a long time. As Rose 40 writes, this must be maybe the nerdiest conversation ever had, and we are here for it. We love that for us.
That is what we're here for.
Hello, what A90 writes, referred to as the Undying Lands is the realm of Valinor. Sorry, I can't read.
I have not read the Silmarillion in
a long time.
Ever. It has been a really long time.
It's been a while.
I mean, the one story that I remember the most is the story of Beren and Luthien.
Oh my gosh.
And I'm really curious on how they're going to do this. So and I'm bummed that we now have to wait more than a year.
But it's better that they take their time to get this right. I'd rather wait, and instead of them rushing to get it, like this is going to come to Amazon Prime, so it's not like they're rushing to hit a specific theatrical release, though I know they have to fit into the other programmings that obviously Amazon has and are ready to release as well. But this says, according to the article on Variety, it is known that this show will take place during the so-called Second Age, thousands of years prior to the events of both Lord of the Rings, which is what you already told us, and The Hobbit. And it's going to follow an ensemble cast of characters, both familiar and new, as they confront the new, long-feared reemergence of evil to Middle-earth. So I'm very excited for this. We're big Lord of the Rings fans. I can't imagine Ashley V. Robinson's excitement because we think we're big fans of Lord of the Rings until you talk to her.
Yeah.
Her and my friends Savannah and Brian, who just started their second podcast about Middle-earth. I don't remember the exact title, but very excited to hear like what they're going to say about this show. So with that, let's go ahead and move on to the next topic here. Let me just do one thing really quickly. Here we go. And that's not the right thing that I wanted to do. All right, you guys, Pokemon No Day. What is it? What is it exactly? Why are players upset at Niantic? I mean, I can give you several reasons why they'd be upset. But according to some of the articles I searched on the internet, the developers of Pokemon Go Niantic is facing some backlash after rolling back the safe measures implemented at the onset of the pandemic last year. So during the pandemic, they essentially doubled the distance of said Pokestops or various landmarks that you can interact with because several countries around the globe were facing lockdown. And how can players, even though the base of the game was, yes, Pokemon, but it's also for you to go out and interact with the real world via their AR technology on your mobile phone. Now, due to the pandemic, people were discouraged to be gathering, in close proximity to each other. So they did the right thing, which I think a lot of people applauded them for, was to double the distance of said Pokestops or gyms or whatever it may be. They even released free items. I think you and I were playing Pokemon Go for a little bit during the beginning of the pandemic there. They were releasing booster items such as incense. So Pokemon can pop up where you are. You literally didn't have to leave your home in the middle of the pandemic. So just in June or July, they just announced that they were going to now reverse those changes. Quote, "We are committed to doing this in a staggered way when it makes sense for each place in the world to help people play safely. As we return to the outside world again, these changes are aimed at restoring this focus of Pokemon Go on movement exploration in the real world. These changes will be introduced slowly and carefully to make it more exciting to explore the world around you. So the news pretty quickly was met with some unhappy responses from the players, specifically according to this article, for the American players, because now, I mean, all of us are. I don't know why are facing yet another wave of the pandemic due to the Delta variant. Apparently now there's a Delta Plus. I'm like, what the heck? I want the Disney Plus. I don't want the Delta Plus. Okay, so they're so upset that they took to change.org to file a petition that has gained about 150,000 signatures from users calling the company to keep the changes. Quote, increased interaction distance was one of the best changes they have ever made, making the game safer to play and more accessible for all, as well as let's see here, pandemic safety. The changes have been praised for making the, oh, I already read that. Yes, making the games, so the increased distance in the petition, they're saying making it available for all players, meaning disabled players, which means, you know, if you're in a wheelchair, you sometimes, and we play this game, there are sometimes we can't get to a Pokestop and you're like, how do we get to this or this gym? And it's really weird how specifically you have to stay, but when they open that distance, obviously it can be a little bit easier. You don't have to be like packed in like sardine cans. Because in the beginning, when Pokemon Go first came out, remember how people
you had to be really close,
and that was pre-pandemic, so it was fine to be around. But now it's like you got a face mask, you got a social distance, you got a this and that. That is more accessible for wheelchair users, and this decision also have met with Disney because a lot of people have now gotten used to playing it in this new way, because we all have to pivot in some way in the pandemic. A lot of are saying that this new method of increased distance made the game more enjoyable and less stressful. And so a lot of the top players or the Pokemon Go influencers are calling for a boycott of the game on August 5th. I want to say, actually, let me look that up so I don't give you guys the wrong date.
Yeah, I think, because it's tomorrow.
Yeah.
The boycott is tomorrow. And, you know, it kind of makes sense why each side would be butting heads on this, because Pokemon Go deliberately did this because of the pandemic, because they still wanted people to be able to go out. Yes. They still wanted people to be able to play their game. And the game was designed to not be a game that you play sitting at home on your couch. But they made it so it was safer to play while going out, and you could still do Pokestops. And the thing is, though, the company makes money on people going, oh, I don't want to go all the way down to the gym or all the way to here, so I'm just going to pay some money to get some more of this or to get more of that. If they put up more stops, they're making less money. So that financial reason for the business to start trying to take some of these things away makes a business sense. However, people are going, well, no, I don't want you to do this because now I'm having more fun playing the game.
Right.
So I'm a little curious on how this is going to work out. Maybe they will, I'm hoping that they'll wait until COVID is a little bit more
under control
and finished before they really do start rolling back, because the whole purpose of it was to get people outside and moving.
Yes.
And to be going to different places. But I have one of my jobs when I was playing Pokemon Go a lot was to go to different locations and do presentations. And there were some places, there were Pokestops everywhere. Yeah. There were some places that had nothing. I'm like, it was a dead zone to where there wasn't a Pokestop, there wasn't a gym, there wasn't Pokemon anything. So I'm kind of like, you know, these people need those things to be able to play the game. So I really do think that they should try to be able to be like, okay, we hear you. We're going to take away some things in these areas that are super packed, but we'll leave some of them in this area and also make it so like when you go out, you still have the good distance. I think being able to find a compromise between the two parties, between the two groups, you could find a way to be able to make this work, to make both sides happy.
Yeah. But I think in the past, Niantic hasn't been known to like actually listen to players. Like they always say, like, we're going to implement these changes, we're going to do this and that, and then they don't until much later. We're like, well, we've been telling you this for years. You remember how long we've been playing until they finally implemented like in-game trading or whatever it was? Like it took forever. So Pokemon No Go Day or No Day is actually tomorrow. And so if you're playing Pokemon Go and if you would like to participate in also kind of the blackout / boycott, and if you still want to hit your streaks, a lot of the users online are saying that, you know what, go ahead and, get your streak, hatch your one egg, or I don't know if that's in the thing, but like spin a Pokestop, capture a Pokemon, do a raid or do a battle. Like I think that's one of the 3 things that you would do to keep your streak. But then like don't buy anything from their shop. So don't buy any more Pokeballs or don't buy anything.
Don't actually spend
money because that's where they get their money.
And I think that's what's really going to make this Niopics think more, is like, okay, we're going to lose money and people are going to actually stand up and be like, no, we're not going to spend money on your system unless you make these changes that we enjoy.
Yeah.
And that's honestly the only thing that makes businesses actually listen, is their bottom line. So I think this is a great thing. If this is such a big thing in your life, then participate on Pokemon No Day. Make sure that your voice is heard. That's the only way to make these companies and pretty much anything.
Hurt them where it hurts, where it's the money.
Yeah.
The money hurts the company. They have tons of players who willingly shell over $40, $50 a day easy to get, eggs. And I don't even know anymore. I don't even know what you can buy at this point. But there's a lot of stuff that you can buy. You and I've dropped 99 cents here and there to grab more stuff. I remember, doing that, but that's only when I'm like desperate. So yeah. Level 2 Trading says, now we're the ones trapped. Vengeance of the Pokemon.
The Pokemon are like, let's see how you guys like it.
Exactly. So.
Phenomenal cosmic power. Itty bitty living space.
Itty bitty. Just Plain Steve says, I love the hell out of Pokemon Go. How have I not heard about this? I literally caught it this morning. Every now and again, I'll scroll through kind of like the trending or explore page on Twitter, and it just happened to pop up, and I was like, what's this? Because Niantic is doing nothing. It's just kind of the same reason why we also stopped playing the Wizards Unite.
Yeah,
it's kind of the same reason that we both just got a little tired of it. But the pandemic didn't help because we weren't able to go everywhere. We don't have that many Pokestops in our home, in where we live. So that is one of the reasons why. I think I just got a new mention.
And it's now that there's so many more games out there, because I know they have a Ghostbusters one, they have the Harry Potter one, they have Pokemon. I'm sure there's other versions. Once Pokemon Go came out, everyone was like, oh, this is a great idea, let's make our own version of it, kind of a thing. So there's probably now a little bit more competition out there, so hitting them where it makes them listen more. Listen to your customers.
Listen to your customers. Flying in from Debbie, Movie Bunch Debbie writes, a tweet from Matt's Best Tweets. Just found out Australia has some theme park called Movie World, and some guy's job there is to do the Austin Powers dance probably multiple times a day. When we go to Australia, we got to go to Movie World. We got to go to Movie World.
That is hilarious.
Is anybody watching from Australia? I have a friend who lives in Australia. I want to ask him if he's heard of Movie World. And when we're able to travel again, like, let's do that.
I want to now I'm going to go onto YouTube and check out and be like, Movie World
Australia. You can just
Australia.
check Debbie's link in our Discord, which, speaking of which, I'm glad you brought it up, Debbie, because we can go ahead and invite you guys to our Discord. It's a fun little community where us and our movie bunch can hang out, discuss everything from movie news to trailers to our pets, what food you're eating, collectibles, and so much more. I'm going to go ahead and drop that in the chat. There's only one rule. Don't be a jerk. Let other people have your opinion. They will respect your opinion, and you can agree to disagree and walk away and still be fans of all the things that you are a fan of. That is really the only rule.
To share our love of things, and let everyone like what they like.
Yes, exactly. And with that, we're going to go ahead and move on to our next topic here, which is Blackpink in your Animal Crossing area. So excited for this. You guys, Blackpink, as you guys know, I am a Blink. I love Blackpink. I also love other K-pop groups, but Blackpink, I think it just something special about them.
Let me say this. You guys should have seen her reaction when she's just, I'm in the kitchen doing something and she's just scrolling through Twitter, I guess. And she's like, oh, I mean, literally her reaction was huge,
if we had adorable.
I wish I could have. And she was about ready to watch a video on the, on Twitter. And I was like, wait. Do you want to film your reaction to this?
And I said I probably should. So I did.
And I just want to watch her reaction because it was absolutely adorable. She was so excited. I cannot tell you. I mean, I can't wait for you guys to see.
I haven't filmed it yet. I'll film it after. But I did spoil one thing for me because I did have to do a screen grab for this piece of news. So this is the island. There's going to be, it looks like a little DJ booth. It says in your area. There is 2 pink polar bears in the background, which I know probably is not a Blackpink exclusive item, because you could have gotten that in the winter time when you were building and collecting all of your ice stuff, because I have some of those and you can just change or alter once you have the recipe for the ice polar bear. You can just change it to pink, which why wouldn't I do that for a Blackpink area island? So this is to celebrate the girls' upcoming 5th anniversary. They have a movie that is coming out that I definitely bought us tickets for. We're gonna go see it this Sunday. So excited for it. We're gonna try to get my light stick to work. The island will also feature exclusive outfits, and it looks like items like such as backdrops and things like that, like probably this little photo booth that says in your area here. I don't know too much about it, but to visit the island, you probably need either a dodo code, or you can visit by sleeping with and visiting with Luna. So what?
Sleeping with Luna?
By sleeping. Well, sorry, I said that wrong.
That just made me.
I said that wrong. So Luna is like you can visit like the dream island, and so you probably need a specific dream code. So when I say sleeping with Luna, it's not that. Animal Crossing is a fun, all ages, wholesome family game. You sleep by yourself in your own bed. Luna will come and visit you in the dream, and she'll ask you if you want to go to. You can visit various people's islands, but that should include Blackpink's island as well. So more details will be released by YG, but I'm a Blackpink fan, so I just had to put it in there. And Hello, what's it? Shut the front door, Blackpink.
I have to admit, this is just a perfect idea. I mean, all it is just marketing to people who love Blackpink, and there's a lot of them out there.
I'm so excited. Did they do this for BTS? I feel like they did, right?
I
want to say that I don't. I honestly don't.
I am not the target audience on this.
But I am so excited for that. Sleeping with Luna. Just Plain Steve says, I've really missed a lot of updates. You can't sleep with Luna, okay? I'm sorry. I said it wrong. Animal Crossing is a family-friendly game where you sleep in your own bed by yourself.
It is not Ma for mature.
It is definitely. There's no Ma for mature. G for general. G plus.
E for everyone.
Oh,
that's what it is.
Oh, there you go. All right, you guys, we're going to go ahead and move on to our final piece of news for the news flash section. And this one actually came from Debbie. So there was this new thing that Disney Paris wanted to roll out. And essentially, and I'm not going to say they're the first ones to do it. I feel like Disneyland and Disney World kind of did it with the Max Pass as well, where you pay $10 a day on the Max Pass, which is available from the Disneyland app. I'm not sure exactly if it works the same for the Disney World app, because I know it's 2 separate apps. But you pay the $9.99 or $10 or whatever, and it allows you to grab fast passes, but you don't have to physically go to that attraction that you want to grab the fast pass at. And you can kind of pick like a designated time to come back. We've used it several times. It's convenient. It was only $10. Maybe it was like cheaper in the beginning.
I liked it. Well, no, it was $10, but then you also got all of your pictures
for free.
Yeah,
I was sad when it went away.
You got all of the pictures and easy fast pass pickup. That was an amazing deal.
Yes. So unfortunately, it Let me see if I can find the did I keep it? Here we go. Trying to find Debbie's the article that she linked. So Disneyland Paris went ahead and took away their usual fast pass system, which was kind of like how it worked before the Max Pass. It's free. And it was still free at Disneyland. I don't want to say like the Max Pass replaced Fast Pass in general. You can still do a free Fast Pass. You just have to walk to that location to scan your ticket to get the Fast Pass physically. That's all. But Disneyland Paris was doing something really, really different. So they had announced on July 6th, it was revealed that they were going to get rid of the free Fast Pass program, and they're going to do a new paid program, and it's called the Premier Access for the summer. And what do you call it? And I had to notify Dustin of something, and now I completely lost my train of thought. This is what happens when you're a producer and host at the same time. So, Premier Access, not to be confused with Disney Plus's Premier Access, very different.
I mean, it came down to, if you wanted to get a Fast Pass, it cost you $9
per ride, though,
per Fast Pass
at
Disneyland. And when they Disneyland Paris, my apologies, at Disneyland Paris, and you would pay $9 and you would get your Fast Pass. However, it didn't quite work the way that they had planned, and the lines for the Fast Pass were longer than the regular, than the general, what is it called, the standby line. I would be livid if I just spent $9 to wait longer in line. It's kind of, I mean, when you do a system like this, you're pretty much selling, hey, if you give us $9, you do not have to wait in line very long.
$9 a ride, an attraction is expensive.
Yeah, especially for your whole family. Let's say if you have a family of 4, right there, that is $37 just for one ride. And I'm like, that's a souvenir.
Then you might as well, like, if you're going to do that, then you might as well pay a way more affordable entrance fee to Disneyland and then just charge per ride if you're going to do it that way. So the whole point of this, like, Premier Access Fast Pass system was to mitigate the crowds in the standby line, so that it wouldn't be so crowded, especially in the age of the pandemic over there. But it didn't work. And if you look up, there's this Twitter account called at pixiedust_B, posted photos, and she or he or they, I guess, because I don't know their pronoun, says, "Welcome to the standby line drama," and it is just serpentined and very crowded, and people do not look very happy to be standing in the sun after they paid $9 for a single Fast Pass to a single ride. So we like to call this program a failure,
a dismal failure. I mean,
they didn't even do a soft rollout, I don't think.
I would go immediately. I would go up to the line and be like, wait a second, standby is shorter. I just paid $9 for this. I want my money back now.
Yeah. I don't think you get a refund.
And honestly, I'd probably be so upset that I would be really rude. And I can see that people that don't have as nice of a disposition that I do would be, insanely rude to a lot of these employees. I feel really bad for anyone who was scheduled to work on that day on those lines. They probably just got the worst of human nature possible.
And they also wrote out this other thing aside from the premier thing called the standby pass. And this is how it's described by Disneyland Paris. Quote, "To minimize the time you spend in the queue during certain periods of the day and to ensure safe physical distancing, you will need to reserve a standby pass to enjoy some of our most popular attractions. It's easy, free, and it helps you enjoy more time exploring the Disney parks." So what is it? It's a free service available via the official Disneyland Paris app. And during certain periods of the day, you will need to reserve a standby pass to be able to join the queue for some of our most popular attractions during the specific allocated 30 minutes time slot subject to availability. That is something different than what we were talking about. And that is something I'm kind of a little bit worried about them implementing here for both theme parks in the States, because we saw it with Web Slinger.
Yeah.
Right? Web Slinger, in our opinion, it's a fantastic ride. So much fun. We think absolutely everybody should go on it if you get to visit Avengers Campus. But it's not what is that called? Like
it's not an e-ticket attraction. It's not.
No, I know, but the word I'm trying to think is for rides of resistance, like to go boarding pass. It's not a boarding pass level ride.
Yeah.
Just like what you were saying, the e-ticket. Like, I get they wanted to mitigate crowds, but it adds a lot of stress for the family that go, instead of just letting people go on it and just let the line be. And I understand we're in the age of the pandemic, so like we have to make certain pivots, but like after going on it and having so much fun on it, I like felt like I couldn't really immerse myself into it, because typically for you and I, we would have bought those booster hand thingies and we would have gone on it several times to see if we can up our score. Like that's what would have made it fun. And we're just kind of like, oh, it's like 25, 30, however much, for those web shooters to help with one game. So we ended up not getting it because you can't just return when you feel like standing in a line.
Yeah.
So I am a little worried about the standby pass thing. Like,
well, I think web shooter will sooner or later drop off of the standby thing. I mean, very much kind of like how Smuggler's Run is now kind of just back to.
But that wasn't
fast
ever
pass. Actually, yeah, you're right. I don't think it was ever.
But that also wasn't during the pandemic. So
yeah,
true. I think they did it because of the pandemic.
Well, no. They did. They were doing the schedule, the pass for Rise of the Resistance before the pandemic happened. But that's when it first came out. And I can kind of see when a ride first comes out, like it will stay on the passport, or you have to get a passport for the first month or two, kind of a thing. So maybe within another couple of months, Web Slinger will fall off, because I've only heard rumors, but they do plan to put an e-ticket attraction inside of Avengers Campus.
Yes, we have heard that as well. So we will see, but we'll see what they implement. But sorry, Paris, it didn't work out for you.
Wah, wah.
Wah, wah. Before we dive into our main topics, which is also still kind of in the theme park realm, Disney theme park realm, we have a super chat from Lamont Smalls. Thank you so much. Who writes, I'm a bit late to the party here, but there's a report from TV Line that Ms. Marvel is being delayed in 2022. Thoughts if you haven't touched already? We have not touched it already. And I did hear it, though I don't know if it's a concrete thing, so I'm going to go ahead and look this up. But let's see, Miss Marvel delayed. I don't think. Okay, so none of it doesn't look like any of the big four publications have touched on it, which means we can still treat this as kind of theory / rumor. But according to Screen Rant's article, it says Disney Plus's upcoming MCU show Ms. Marvel has reportedly been delayed to 2022, despite Disney previously announcing that the series will be released later this year. The show will follow the story of Kamala Khan, a Pakistani-American teenager who, in the comics, gains superhero abilities. Let's see. So Ms. Marvel and Hawkeye were both originally set to release the latter half of this year, and the two shows would have rounded out Disney Plus's 5 live-action MCU series in 2021. And this is following, obviously, WandaVision and Falcon and the Winter Soldier and Loki.
And then soon, well, I mean, and I also agree with what Bleeding Green is saying, is that, it makes sense because we still have to get Hawkeye first. We
have to get Hawkeye first before we get to, that's the timeline that they have to work with. So there is that. And, it's funny because they did push Hawkeye up earlier for the release, but they've had to make such a big switcheroo for so many things that it doesn't really surprise me that it would be delayed. I think we're getting plenty of Marvel live action goodness, just Marvel programming,
goodness,
just Marvel programming in general, because yes, live action ones are great because they tie into the MCU. It's really fantastic. And I know the later they roll out Miss Marvel, I guess the later the Marvels movie, Miss Marvel or Captain Marvel 2 would be delayed. I don't know if that has any implication, but
because that did get pushed back, right?
I don't remember. So if you guys know, go ahead and sound that off in the chat and let us know. But we were looking at the calendar, so we did touch on it in I think the last live stream, just very briefly, but not specific to Miss Marvel. It was more specific to Hawkeye because we were talking about the first look of Jeremy Renner and Haley Steinfeld in that picture. But if they release it November 24th, that gives us to the end of Christmas, and then it's 6 episodes. That's kind of the end of the year. And I don't know what else they plan to release, because all new shows only premiere on Wednesdays. That was an announcement that they made. I don't know if they've decided to change that or not, haven't heard, but I'm trying to figure out where the Book of Boba Fett is going to fit in, and if the Book of Boba Fett will, because it's technically a new show, but not really, it'll still go out on a Wednesday, or if it'll go out on a Friday. I'm starting to think that they're going to put it on a Friday because it's under the banner of The Mandalorian.
Yeah,
but
so that would actually fall more into the Star Wars realm, as opposed to the Marvel realm.
And also although Disney has not, this is according to the same article, although Disney has not given any official announcement, industry insiders seems to have update on the matter. According to TV Line, this quote, "It's very safe to assume that at this point, Ms. Marvel is now on track for an early 2022 premiere." And despite this, there's still no words from Marvel, from Disney about this, so we won't know until they confirm, but we can assume based on the Hawkeye show schedule that it may be, if it does debut this year, it'll be at the very tail end of this year.
Yeah.
But I don't see how they would do that. Maybe they would want to have that show kick off January for us, which would be a lot of fun as well. So I hope that answers your question a little bit. And we only know, as much as the studio is willing to release, and they have a lot of secrecies and things that they need to keep under wrap for the bigger story, for the overall story for Marvel. So we don't mind waiting.
A lot of the time, these companies could just be talking about the possibility. Hey, we might have to do this. Hey, should we do this?
Mm-hmm.
And it gets brought out as they're doing this. And so it's one of those things that it's, it makes sense if they really do kind of push it back.
Yes.
And plus there's so many things that we don't know yet about what's going to happen with COVID. We still might get another big bump where things have to kind of slow down a little bit. Not nearly as bad as it was before, but still enough to kind of just grind the gears a little bit. So, I mean, honestly, I would not be surprised if a few more projects get bumped backwards just a little bit more.
Just a little bit more. All right, you guys, we are now on to the main topic segment. We don't really have a
main topics are big ones of the day.
Yeah, we just don't have a segment name, so we just call it main topic. Gary Smith says they're just spacing out the shows to make sense. Oh, also, don't forget that we do have What If coming very, very soon. Yeah. I think on the 11th. You guys know this already. I think I've said it in Discord and I said it on Twitch. Dustin and I got to see the first 3 episodes. We're under embargo, so we're not going to tell you even what episode is in which, because we really don't. It's so good that we don't want to spoil literally anything for you. But I can say the one thing I will say is you definitely want to watch it if you can, as soon as possible when it premieres.
Oh yeah.
Or if you can't, don't go on your social media. Don't go on your Facebook, just in case things get spoiled for you. The storylines are fantastic. Animation is great. I had a very high expectation going in, and I am still blown away. So
that is actually a really good way of saying that. My expectations for What If were through the roof. It was one of the things that I was the most excited about. And that one little GIF from Old School where Will Ferrell's going, "It's so good." That is what my reaction is. It is so good. Yeah. So I am excited for you guys to see it. I'm excited for you guys to see our reactions to it. And I am just dying to finally be able to talk to you all everyone about it. The spoilers and the details and just the fun and the amazingness of this show.
And if you follow our Discord, you will see that there is a spoiler discussion dedicated specifically to What If. So all spoilers would go in there and not under general or anything crazy like that. Man, our dog is passed out in the gosh. I just woke her up. Okay, I shouldn't have said anything. All right, you guys. I will go ahead and move on into the next topic here, which is our main topic. Disney's new annual pass program that was just announced yesterday. Was it yesterday?
Yes, it was yesterday, because I was at work when it was announced and someone was like, "Oh, hey, they just announced the passes." And I was like, "Oh, that's right. That's right." And I got so excited. And I was flipping through all the different key levels.
So this is called the Magic Key program, and this is the new guest-centric offering that will deliver This is directly from the Disneyland Parks website. The offering that will deliver choice, flexibility, and value for park admission, special access to unique experiences, valuable saving opportunities, and so much more. There's 4 options of Magic Key passes, so this way it can provide Disneyland guests and their families with choices that fit their various needs and lifestyle preferences on how they wish to visit the Disneyland resort. So here is a key, like a brief overview, and I didn't capture this, and I probably should have, so I'll go ahead and bring you guys back to our faces as I read the 4 keys. So we'll start from the bottom tier. There are 4 of them, and you can start purchasing these on August 25th. We're still discussing whether or not we are, like, which one we're going to do and if we're going to do it. So let's go ahead and dive in to see which one is what. So we'll start with the bottom tier. The most affordable tier, called the Imagine Key. It's priced at $3. I wish. $399 or $19 a month for 12 months if you put a down payment of $179. So this is a reservation-based admission to one or both theme parks, select days of the year. And the bullet points are: this is available for Southern California residents only. Up to 2 park reservations holds at a time. 10% off of merchandise and 10% discount off of food and beverage, which is kind of like, you can equate this to the lowest, the base tier for the annual pass holder, the legacy program.
Now you do also have to, when you look at each one of these keys, there are a lot of blackout days.
Yes.
I remember looking at the Enchant
calendar,
the Enchant Key calendar, and all of July is gone. So that means for the Imagine Key, there's probably most of June, all of July, and then probably most of August.
Yeah. Maybe,
so during that busy summer period, your pass or your key will not work.
For us, that's okay because it's so hot in the summer here.
Hot and crowded. And
Disney doesn't, like, they have indoor stores that we can dive into, but this is also, again, we have to pivot a little bit because of the pandemic, right? So like Dustin and I like to wear masks in like crowded settings. It is hot. Like you guys saw when we did a quick live stream from the park. It wasn't easy keeping the masks on. Like, I'm so happy I didn't wear makeup on the bottom half of my face so I can still kind of breathe a little bit, but it was sweaty and not as comfortable. So like, and typically even pre-pandemic, we avoided Disneyland on the really, really hot days because like to find shade, sometimes it wasn't easy. Disney actually doesn't have a lot of shade if you think about it.
Yeah, there's a lot of really bright, because
they want you in the store
areas.
So you can shop.
No, and that makes a lot of sense too. Yeah, if there's really no shade outside, then you're going to go inside to shop.
Yes.
So it would make a lot of sense, business wise, for them to do something, for them to kind of structure their park like that.
Yes.
But yeah, I mean, I remember it was hot. I got sunburned.
You talking about this the last time we went?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty bad. Even though I put on some sunblock,
I don't think we reapplied.
I forgot about my calf because I was wearing shorts, and I'm like, oh my gosh, my calf is lobster red. And I was like, is that? Yep, that's burned.
Moving on to the next key. So one up from the Imagine Key. This is called the Enchant Key, priced at $649 or $40 per month for 12 months after a down payment of $179. This is, again, reservation-based admission to one or both theme parks select days of the year. Up to 4 park reservations hold at a time. 10% off for your merchandise and your food and beverage. And then moving on to the next one, the Believe Key. And these are all reservation-based admissions to one or both parks throughout the year. $949 or $65 per month after a down payment of $179. Up to 6 park reservations holds at a time. 10% off of your merchandise, your food, your beverage, and half off for your theme park parking. Theme park parking is what now?
I think it's like 25. For themes. If you're going to park in Mickey and Friends, yeah, it's like $25.
You might as well park over at Garden Walk.
Yeah.
For $18 for the full day or $20 for the full day, and just suck it up and do the walk.
And then on your way out, like maybe stop at a store.
It's really.
Can you validate?
Yeah. Yeah.
And you get
go to a restaurant and grab like a takeout.
$18 because it's still for the full
day. Right. So I think it's $13 maybe if you validate. I don't remember. It's been a while since we parked there. The last time I parked there was at WonderCon. But it is worth getting that if you want the convenience of parking at Mickey and Friends or the Pixar parking, to do the half off for Disney park parking, because it's expensive and you can't always park at the downtown Disney parking because that one gets filled up, and it's also not like ideal because your car's in the sun and the whole day, and it can be a bit of a far walk. And finally, we have the top tier, the Dream Key. This is $1,399 or $102 after a down payment of $179. And this gives you up to 6 park reservations hold at a time, which is the same for the Believe Key. 20% off on your merchandise, 15% off on select food and beverage, and theme park parking is included. And that's where if you plan to go a lot, like if you full on use all of your reservations, all your reservation holds at once, then like, yeah, this is definitely the tier that is worth it because it'll save on parking. You get the most discounts if you are into buying lots of merchandise. When they say select food and beverage, it just means that you get the discount at various like sit down restaurants or some of the like the quick pickup orders, but not at places like the popcorn cart.
Not at the carts.
Not at things like that, churro and things like that.
So like you don't get discounts on the popcorn, churros, turkey legs. What are they called? The things that Deadpool loves. Chimichangas.
They don't have that. Is it the chimichanga?
Yeah, they have chimichangas.
Oh, turkey legs and all that stuff. Yeah.
And you know what? Something that I was thinking about, if you're going in on this with like, say, like how Wendy and I would be, we both have to get our own our own magic key. I'm wondering if it would almost be worth one person getting a more expensive one so they get the discount on the parking, and then the other one getting a lesser one so that you could
so one of us get the Believe Key, one of us get the Enchant Key. We'll just still reserve on the same days, but then you, because we're a couple,
you would have the parking.
We only take one car. Very rarely that we meet up at Disneyland.
And then if you don't, then you could still just pay for parking regularly. Like if Wendy went by herself.
I'll just go and park over at Garden Walk.
Or you go to Garden Walk where it's a little bit cheaper.
You can drop me off.
Now, I'm wondering if this is the thing. I'm wondering if Garden Walk and all those other parking structures around the area will now charge more.
Potentially.
Because that is a way for them to be making money off of Disneyland raising their prices.
Yes. So the reservation system, that's the biggest difference from what was before and after. Before, there was no reservation system. We just had the blackout calendar for whatever tier that that corresponds to your personal pass, and you can kind of look at it and say, oh, nope, can't go on this day because we're blocked out, or you can go, but you have to pay regular entrance fee.
Would you actually be able to bring up the
where is that
calendar? If you scroll back up to the days, I think if you click on it, if you actually click on like the Dream Key,
okay,
then it might actually show you the calendar. Now,
whoa.
Oh no, it's just a big picture.
That's just a giant PDF. We don't need that.
I remember seeing the calendar for one of them. But I'm assuming that for the highest one, it's all days are open. No matter what day you want to go, you can go. And because that's the way it was for the premium pass back in the day. So
theme park reservation, maybe.
I think I need to sit down, do some calculations, figure out exactly what would be a good price, how many times we have to go in a year to kind of pay it off.
Yes.
I think what we should really aim for is trying to go at least 10 times a year kind of thing. And see how much it would cost for parking, how much it would cost if like we got 50% off of parking, so on and so forth.
Yes.
So this is one of those things that, we're going to have to really sit down. And also, do we want to get it right away? How quickly is it going to be until they raise their prices on it? I mean, will I be able to get the same prices on these passes, say in January of next year?
Yeah.
Because by that time, we'll have a little bit better of an understanding on where we're going to be with these variants of COVID and where we're going to be with vaccinations and more people coming from out of the country to come to Disneyland.
I think I found it. I don't think I found it.
And what are your guys' thoughts?
How weird.
Too?
Where did you find that? I wish I could find it. I'm sorry, continue.
What are your guys' thoughts on, access calendar? Is that?
I think maybe
what are your guys' thoughts on either getting the pass right now as soon as they are available, or are you guys going to wait and be like, I still kind of want to see like how this fall happens to pan out. So, I mean, the cases are going up in the United States when it's still very much in the middle of summer.
Yes.
We're only halfway through summer.
Yeah.
So, and cases are already going up. So I'm just really curious to see what's going to happen before I buy my annual pass.
Yeah, I can't find the date somewhere. So if you guys have it, if you want to drop it in the chat, let us know. And please do so, because I literally cannot find it, and I've been clicking on all the links that's in this article here. But it's funny, at first glance, when I first looked at this new program, our friend Spider Chris Mendez, aka Chris's Choice, messaged me and was like, hey, the new program's here. And I looked at it for my knee-jerk reaction, looked at it for 2 seconds, and this is, you can tell, like full Virgo, like don't like change here. And I wrote back, I already hate it. Didn't even look at it yet, already hate it. I think it's the reservation system part of it that kind of freaks me out. I like to sometimes be a little spontaneous, and there are days where Dustin and I, all of a sudden, other plans fall through in the past, and it's like, oh, you want to go to Disney? Quickly take a look at the blackout calendar and say, hey, we're not blacked out, let's go. Like we've done Disneyland like that before, and now that's not really going to be the way it goes.
Yeah,
it has to be a reservation.
One thing that I am excited about, and one reason why I do want to get season passes, is because Wendy's and I's schedule is now kind of back to the way it was before she started working with Collider. We have middays, midday weeks.
Yeah.
Midweek days. There. That's the word I was trying to get out. We can now go like on a Wednesday.
Yeah.
And honestly, I loved live streaming at Disney the one time that we
went. So fun.
It was fun. It was a little chaotic trying to figure out exactly how to get it to work. But I think that would be something cool that we could regularly do.
Yes.
Is live stream at Disney and be like, welcome to guys to our monthly visit to Disneyland.
Yeah, or something like that, or bi-monthly,
and we could do
or
it
something
on a Wednesday.
Yeah,
because neither of us, I mean, we would normally be free because we've both scheduled ourselves to have Wednesdays off. So I think that would be awesome. It would be such a cool thing to be able to do. But once again, I'm also nervous. I mean, a couple of you have said, if I were you, I'd wait a little bit longer.
Right.
They feel like they're going to be waiting. So
yeah,
it makes sense.
Just worry about that price going up, because if you get it right now, you're locked in for 12 months.
Yeah.
But also, what's the point of locking in it for 12 months if we go back into, knock on wood, this is not going to happen. I'm going to manifest. It's not going to happen. But if we go on freaking back into lockdown again.
Yeah, exactly.
Then it's a waste of money. Or not waste. They'll hold your thing. I think Disney will do the right thing like they did with our season pass. And they'll hold it until finally they're like, no, we're just going to sunset this entire thing. But this is new. So
I like Level 2's comment. Level 2. Like, if I'm paying $1,300, I would demand a night in the castle.
Damn,
it's kind of
right.
like, yeah, it's pretty, it's up there.
It's expensive. It's really expensive. And that's really like, for a single person, that's a lot. Imagine buying this for a whole family.
Yeah,
that's very expensive, and it doesn't look like anywhere that we've read so far, like if you're under the age of 10, you pay
that's
less.
Like
that's
$6,000.
It's a very expensive habit, and that's like, if you're a Disney family and that's your thing, by all means, you have the funds, go for it. Yeah. But like, that's really, realistically, it's very, very, very expensive.
I'm still waiting for the intergalactic pass, to where you can go to any Disneyland anywhere in the world. If you have that pass,
yes,
you can go to Paris, you can go to China, you can go to Shanghai, you can go anywhere.
Does that include Tokyo and Paris? Because they're not technically.
Well, technically, I think even Paris and Shanghai and Tokyo are all owned by different companies. I don't think. Oh no, Shanghai, maybe Paris is still underneath.
Paris and Tokyo, I think, are the only two that are not under.
Oh no, I can't see the ones in China.
Still
being owned by Disney.
Oh, interesting. We'll look into that for like the next time we talk about this topic. But I wanted to go to the chat and see what some of you guys are saying. Star Wars guy writes, very interesting indeed. I still remember going to Disneyland at the time of its 50th anniversary and getting one of those Lego lightsaber sets. Nice, at the Lego store.
Oh, that is so
cool. The memories. How fun is that?
There's a lot of really cool memories too.
Yeah.
Especially back when they were having their 50th anniversary. And
MK just dropped the calendar.
Oh, okay.
Oh my gosh, you found it. Thank you so much. Oh, it's on the app. That's why.
Oh,
okay. So let's go ahead and take a look.
But reservation. Which one is this for?
That's one, Imagine Key.
Okay, so this is for the cheapest,
the lowest tier,
the cheapest one.
So we see here.
There's a lot.
Actually, August 2021 looks well.
Well, remember these because it doesn't start.
It doesn't start until the 25th. So you can book. When you get it on the 25th, you can book the 25th, 26th, 31st, 30th, and 31st September. So it's kind of like Monday through Thursday sort of a situation. October, they've got...
and it seems like also holiday Mondays are taken off. So Fridays,
which makes
Saturdays,
sense.
Sundays, holiday Mondays, and then very busy times.
Yes.
So, like a big,
so
huge
the lowest tier, all the weekends are out. And then specific weeks, like you said, that's celebrating a holiday or whatever, whether it's like just like say Thanksgiving, Black Friday, things like that, Christmas Eve, New Year's Eve. The first week of January 2022 is all blocked out. So that is kind of the pattern for the first. And I would say the Imagine and what's the next key over? The next one up from Imagine, the Enchant.
Oh no, Enchanted, then Believe. Yeah, you're right. So it's Imagine,
Enchant, Believe, and
Dream.
So that one, I would imagine maybe like some of the Sundays are open, because I'm trying to remember what the previous the blacked out calendars look like.
Yeah.
And then, so once you go second one down from the bottom, which is our Believe key, then I think weekends will probably be open, but big holidays such as like Christmas or whatever probably will still be blocked out. And I imagine if you're paying almost $1,400 for the Dream key, you better not get a single blackout date.
Yeah. And also, what is it? In the comments, Matt Noonan. I'm sorry, I'm terrible with Noonan.
Sorry for saying it incorrectly.
My apologies. I am terrible with reading. But yeah, it's apparently the cost for the Star Wars Galactic Starcruiser for 2 nights. It's $1,200 per night. Per guest.
So for us to go, it's $2,400.
It'd be $2,400 times 2.
Not counting the food that we potentially and the merch that we want to buy, plus whatever other like things that you want to add.
Disneyland.
If we do that, that's like the trip for the year. Like I'm not going anywhere else.
That would be our big trip of the year.
That's like the anniversary trip, and then we don't do anything else for the rest of the year.
And probably what we would do is we wouldn't want to fly to Florida just to spend 2 days at Disney. Yes. We'd probably spend 2 nights there at the Star Cruise Hotel, and then go to a cheaper hotel and then continue to do Disney.
Yeah. And speaking of which, we're going to go ahead. And I almost ended the live stream without realizing we had not talked about our favorite thing. Star Wars Galactic Starcruiser. They released a 30-second commercial that Dustin and I did do a reaction to, but you will see it after this because we filmed it right before we came on, knowing that we'd have to talk about it. And so it'll be edited after this, after I grab some food. I will go ahead and hop in to the editing chair and do this, but it looks fantastic. This definitely it's opening spring of 2022 in Florida. So it's Walt Disney World Resort, currently exclusively there. I don't know if it's ever going to come to California because I don't know if we have the space for it. I hope so. Where are they going to put it?
If they are going to, it's not going to be for probably another 5 years because they have not announced it. They have not it doesn't look like they would have a specific spot for it. I think it would be a very difficult because you'd want to put it so you can exit from the hotel into Galaxy's Edge.
Oh, true that.
That's what they're doing for the Star Wars Hotel in Florida, is the fact that you can go from the hotel to Galaxy's Edge.
I see.
And well, I guess from what it seems like from some of the video that I've seen, you do grab a shuttle and it's designed so it's going to be a bus, but you're going to go into it to make it. And the inside looks like it's
kind of like what you do when you go into that, like little transport part of the show for Rise of the Resistance.
Yeah.
That's really cool. The commercial's super cool. If you guys want to check it out, just search your YouTube and you will find it. So the adventure, like Dustin said, begins at the terminal over at Walt Disney World, and you enter a launch pod that's going to head out into space. And in the video, you get to see like a little viewport, like as the pod jumps, as the guy's like eyes, it says it's real. Kind of turns into like the galaxy, like as it swirls, and then like the hyperspace, like speed, and then suddenly you are the appearance of Halcyon Cruiser, which is a home base for this immersive 2-night adventure at galaxies in a galaxy far, far away. So there, I think you can do obviously missions. You get, as you can see, like the little girl comes up and like, Dad, let's get ready to save the ship. The ship.
We're gonna save the galaxy. And we were saying you'll see it in our reaction, the fact that it's going to be the adults that probably geek out the most, the ones who grew up with Star Wars, the ones who in their childhood were like, I want to be Luke Skywalker, I want to be Han Solo, I want to be Darth Vader. We're the ones who are going to be like, this is amazing. Oh my God, I've been dreaming about this my entire life, kind of thing. That's honestly, if you guys have not heard the story yet of how I reacted when I first went on Rise of the Resistance, I was a little embarrassing. I do have to admit.
You guys can watch the vlog. It's up on the channel.
Grown up with Star Wars my entire life, and I was just like,
that's why he sounded
like. That's what I'm going to be like when I go to this hotel.
Bleeding Green says, "Yep, that's me." I think that's a lot of us, honestly. There's no shame. I was just trying to shush him because we were sharing the ride with other people. Obviously, it wasn't our own private like ride, and it was everybody's first time on it. And I was like, you gotta dial it back a little bit so you don't interrupt other people's like enjoyment, so we can all hear. Because I was having trouble hearing what things were saying, and I was trying to film, and I'm like, Dustin, just dial it back. You can still be excited, but dial it back just a little bit.
Kind of like what
RMG says, factual. That's me also. Yeah.
And what is it? Just like Eddie Murphy in The Nutty Professor, Hercules. I was like, Star Wars, Star Wars.
Oh God. And hey, speaking of Star Wars, we're very excited, obviously, for the Galactic Starcruiser. If Dustin and I can ever save up enough money, you bet that we're gonna go. We're gonna vlog the hell out of it. If we are able to like do a quick little live stream, which is probably unlikely because I feel like they would have you on a schedule because it's meant to be a immersive thing as you being a part of the show and everything. But we vlog as much as we can if we ever do get to go. But I also wanted to shout out, and you guys already saw this on my Instagram live yesterday as well as my Twitch. But for anybody who is here who is in love with Star Wars and wants to collect, if you're a pin collector, this is for you. This is from our friends over at Hyperspace Pins. Once this guy focuses, oh God.
There. Oh, is it? No. Almost there. Almost there.
Hold on a second. I'll just
focus. There we go.
All right. So this is the apprentice pin from Hyperspace Pins. It will be available this Friday at 9 a.m. PT on their store, which is just hyperspacepins.com. But if you're international and you still want to get the pin, they got you covered. You can go to their eBay store. So just search on eBay Hyperspace Pins, and you can go ahead and get that pin. It is absolutely gorgeous. It's black metal. It's double posted on the back. The art is by the creators themselves, so they do everything themselves. They do the pin, the art, the design. They also make stickers. So when I did the unboxing, which is on my Instagram, they also sent over this awesome Morai sticker that I've now turned my Starbucks cup into a Star Wars cup. And I've got Ahsoka on this side. I've got Maul on this side. I have another Morai that I'm going to put on the back here.
It's so pretty.
It's very, very pretty. And I believe a couple of you guys, when you were watching, you went on and got like a sticker. And if you want the pin, they still have like, I think they have a variant, a version of Ahsoka on there. There's two. There's like the one of her coming through the hollow, and then there's one just regular her. It literally just looks like the sticker, but it's available this Friday. And I'm just saying this because I am a fan of their product. I think all of their stuff, including the cardstock, the card back that comes on the pin, is high quality. Even this is designed, the lettering and everything is designed by the company themselves.
And I like the fact that it's a pretty hefty pin. It has some good weight to it, and it also has double pins on the back.
Yeah, double
so
posted.
It keeps it, like, say, if you wanted to put it
on your lanyard,
like level 2 trading wanted said, being able to put it on your lanyard. It will have some good support so it doesn't fall off. And this is beautiful.
Yes,
it's like, I want one
so
too.
Pretty. Feels great in your hands. I don't get a commission on saying this. They're just friends, and they sent over the pin for me to do a little unboxing video. I don't get any sort of like money from like sales, or there's no link or anything like that. But I do like to support small business. So as you can see, I support Hyperspace Pins. This top, for example, is from Jordan Dene, also small business, doing her awesome boss girl thing. So
also supporting Team Tunnel
Live. Yeah, many.
Which they have that's Wendy's
fanwraps.com for our D&D, or not D&D, tabletop gaming shirts and stuff that you guys see us wear often. So just try to support creative people who run a small business. All right, so eBay, just look for level 2 trading. Just look for Hyperspace Pins. Just type that in and you should find it. And right now, I'm not sure how many they have in stock, but they just keep an eye, follow the store, do whatever you can to kind of stay updated. Follow them on Instagram or social media maybe, because they do update if they have like a restock. Because I missed out on the Ahsoka Tano, the hollow one pin when they first released it, because it was sold out almost like immediately. So I missed it because I missed my alarm. But they announced that they were going to do a restock. So I bought it on the restock, and now it's in my hands and it's beautiful. All right, you guys, we love you so much for being here, hanging out with us for over an hour. Sorry, this was a longer show today. We just had so much we wanted to talk about. So thank you so much for being here. We will be back on Saturday with another live stream, hopefully more movie and pop culture or whatever news that there may be, including a spoiler discussion for the next episode of The Bad Batch. We're kind of coming down to the end.
Yeah.
The tunnel here,
down to our last 2 episodes, and it looks like the last 3 episodes are all going to match together. So it's going to be one nice story arc.
Yes.
With the final 3 episodes.
Yes. And thank you guys for those of you who sent in a Streamlabs or a super chat. We appreciate it so much. We're going to try to utilize Streamlabs a little bit more. Hearing that super chat, YouTube takes about 50% of that, which is like crazy. Like, I understand they need to get a cut, but 50% was like way more than I expected. It didn't used to be like that. So thank you so much for your continual support. We love you. We love chatting with you twice a week, and we will be back next time for more nerdy talk with the both of us. All right, guys, have a good rest of the day, and we will talk to you real soon. Bye, everyone.